Good morning. Welcome to the Alexandria Museum of Art and the Levy Tai Chi School's presentation of the morning Qi Gong, proudly sponsored by a generous grant from Rapids Regional Medical Center, for which we are profoundly grateful. For those of you who don't know, or maybe missed the memos and the video mentions, the museum is open again. We are having classes again, both the yoga and the Qigong, of course. We are spaced appropriately. Bradley, one of the employees here, has generously, thoughtfully marked off spots on the floor for us so we don't get too close, and of course we're masked. And I have to say a great big thank you to Georgia Fox, to my left there, for the beautiful mask this morning. You'll notice it's not drifting. I'm pretty pleased with that. Georgia is a jack of many trades and a master of many, I think. Being seamstress being one of them, actress being the other, and Tai Chi practitioner, all kind of good things. So, anyway, not going to bore you this morning with a whole lot of t-shirt philosophy or anything. I just do want to let you know that the museum is open. You are welcome here. I certainly understand if you don't feel comfortable being in public yet. It is still a very real concern of a lot of people, and rightly so. So we are going to continue to do the live feeds from the museum as long as the museum is okay with it, and they've had no problem so far. I have no problem doing that, and as long as our participants don't mind, we'll continue to do a live feed from the museum every Saturday morning at 10:30, so that you can join on with us. And then if you do feel confident with the spacing and the masking and being out in public, or you just have that need to see another human face that isn't your dog or your mom or your spouse, you're welcome to join us every Saturday morning. You are certainly welcome. Like I say, we're taking every precaution to ensure our safety and yours during this very confusing and troubled time. So I'm going to leave the camera here. I'm going to step off just a little bit so I can be a little more parallel to Georgia, and we can work together, she and I. So you'll get kind of a sideways view this morning of me, which may be interesting, maybe different. May not work. So if you do watch the video either live with us or you pick it up later and you find this new camera angle more distracting or more aggravating, if you find there's a negative to it or a positive, please let me know if you would in the comments. You can comment on the video, you can comment on the Facebook page, you can comment on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube this afternoon, on the levytaichi.com page. Just let me know what you think. This is very much a work in progress, even several months in. So if you have concerns, questions, compliments, please let me know. I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's a little more difficult to do this without that one-on-one, person-to-person interaction. It is definitely more of a challenge to do this just one-on-one to me to the camera. So if you have any kind of an opinion about this, please don't hesitate. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and we can adjust from there to make this more suitable for you during this time. So I'm going to put on the Do Not Disturb since I didn't do that this morning. There we go. No weird binging. And I'm going to step over here, and we'll begin with the first sow. Once you're ready. Lifting the heavens. Horseshoe Tiger. Breathe out. Stars fall to earth. next table. And separate heavens and earth. once he sits on throne. Stamp the earth. That's out. Focus more. All right, now stamp the earth. So, if you happen to notice, there was a slight slip there on my behalf. Focus can be lost sometimes. It happens. Even years into practice, there's off days and there's on days. That happens. I also want to mention something that just occurred to me, as this was proceeding. The camera is not set behind Georgia, so you didn't see Georgia working with me, but if you listen very carefully, you'll notice that Georgia's clap and her sow was timed almost perfectly to mine. And well, it's an interesting accident, but by the same token, Georgia and I spent several years working together. I was, of course, her teacher for Tai Chi, and you can't teach without learning from your student. And so we had a very close working relationship in Tai Chi for years. And so we tend to synchronize automatically, Georgia and I, when we're working out together, whether it's Tai Chi or Qi Gong. That being said, don't ever feel like you have to be exactly on sync with me during the live feeds or in in-person class. The energy that George and I built up together, heterodyning off each other, both of us relaxing and calm and moving smoothly and slowly and in sync, is a wonderful thing and happens in any group, whether you're synchronized or not. The synchronization part is not the important thing. The important thing is that you're relaxing and you're calm, you're breathing slowly, and you're moving smooth. That's where the benefit comes, not in being in lockstep with everyone in class. If you've attended a class in person before, especially pre-COVID when we had the big size classes in here some days, you would hear claps and you'd hear 5 or 6 or 7 different claps, for 6 or 7 different people. And we stressed that it wasn't important that you be in lockstep, and I still stand by that. We are individuals, a nation of individuals, and we see that now more than ever. But that need to synchronize, don't let it get in your way. If you are more comfortable following along with me on camera day to day, as closely as you can get, then go ahead. Don't let it bother you, though. Don't let it become the ruling factor in your play of your form. If you're off a little bit, it's not going to hurt anything. It truly won't, as long as you are following the basic tenets of the system. So it was an interesting observation, and it was kind of neat to see that in person. I don't usually get to focus on one person in class, and to have just Georgia and I gave me an opportunity to explore that relationship as teacher-student back and forth over the years. It's kind of cool. But like I say, I do want to stand by that. It is not necessary that you be in lockstep with me. It was a neat little thing, but not required. Don't feel like you have to be right with us. All right, so speaking of right with us, next Saturday, of course, you are more than welcome to join us, either in person here in the museum, masked, and of course we'll be distanced. I wish you could see those little blue squares all over the floor through here, and looks like probably about 20 different stations marked out for us, so we could have, if we decided, a full class in here and still be well distanced. I think you guys are about 10 feet apart actually in here. And of course the museum is requiring masks, which they have downstairs if you haven't got one, or if you can sweet talk Georgia. Georgia makes an absolutely beautiful mask. She is a very, very talented seamstress, on top of being an actress and a Tai Chi practitioner and everything else, and a cool person to boot. But there's plenty of room to stay safe in here. The museum and myself and of course Georgia are being very careful to ensure that we stay safe through this. So if you care to join us, please do. You'd be more than welcome. If you are more comfortable, as we said at the beginning of class, watching on video, no problem. I'm not going to fault you either way. I realize it is a very strange time, and our safety, our personal safety, is paramount now. So if you don't feel comfortable in the class itself, no worries. We're still on video. We'll continue to come here as long as we can and do this, and we'll come out the other side together. So thank you again, Rapid Regional Medical Center, for hosting us, or for sponsoring us, the museum for hosting us. I am, of course, Lao Shi Paul Nettles with the Levy Tai Chi School on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. I think it's under my name, Paul Nettles. And of course, levytaichi.com is up and staggering along. I'm still learning social media day at a time, so patience with me. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you prefer a different camera angle, if you want me to speak louder, speak softer, put my glasses back on again, if you have any kind of concerns, any kind of input, it is always welcome. It is sincerely welcome, because that's how I can grow this class for you as well. All right, so we thank the museum, we thank you. You're the reason we're here. So thank you for being with us again. I will resume tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., depending on the weather, wherever we are. 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, I should say, for those of you who are not in the state watching. And thank you. And as always, please remain safe, be very careful, and stay well. I'll see you tomorrow.